maybe you were into the brooding ones. I didn't realize brooding also equals serial killer. They walked a few more steps. So then, him? Dulcie didn't even bother looking where her friend was pointing this time. Cripes, Lila, you know I'm too busy. Please, drop it already. Lila stopped and put her hand on her hip. So you won't even go out on one date? That's it exactly. I can't waste my time on someone who's just going to be one date. I've got to know a guy is worth it before I go out with him. Oh, so you do still like guys. I was starting to wonder. Lila grinned. Dulcie just walked, shaking her head. Operation Find Dulcie a Man is on, Lila said with conviction. Please don't make me an operation. But I love projects, she said, pouting. Please don't call me a project, either. Lila gasped. You could be my project if you wanted to, she said, tucking stray hairs behind Dulcie's ears. She scrunched her face. When was the last time you showered? 'Cause you have some sticky shit in your hair. Dulcie groaned. I showered before bed. I must have splashed some caramel or something this morning. Lila raised an eyebrow. Well, at least you always smell good. Seriously, some days I just want to sniff you. She leaned in and took a deep whiff. Dulcie gave her a whack on the shoulder. Lila grinned back, but only for a second because her brain was apparently otherwise occupied. So what about that guy? Dulcie pretended not to hear. Dulcie rushed toward the store after her last class. It had been her mom's dying wish, and inheritance stipulation, that Dulcie finish school. She'd gotten her undergraduate degree, but since her mom had worked so hard to save, there was money left over, and Dulcie couldn't bear to let her down. Her mom would have been so proud if she got her master's in business administration. It was what she'd dreamed for Dulcie, for her to have a better life. And graduate school wasn't that bad, she tried to tell herself. Running the shop made the classes a lot more relatable, at least. She just wished she had a little more spare time. As she zipped through the park, the ice cream stand caught her attention, and her mind immediately began creating ice cream flavors morphed into candy. Rocky Road truffles, Neapolitan fudge, vanilla bean taffy. For every flavor the ice cream place had listed, Dulcie could dream up a new confection almost instantaneously. Then she slowed in front of her favorite place in the world, Land Confections. As a kid, Dulcie had been asked by her mother what they should call their new candy store, and being 6, of course, she'd spit out one of her favorite games of all time, Candyland. Her mom had marveled at her ingenuity, but honestly, she just loved to play the board game. Her mother added on the confections part, and it hadn't changed in more than 15 years. She paused to check the sign outside, making sure all the lights were on and nothing needed cleaning. Then she walked in and took a deep breath. She spent so much more time at Candyland Confections than at the apartment. The sugary sweetness was like coming home. Constance must have made a batch of cinnamon swirls. Cinnamon and caramel toffee swirled into a soft, chewy bit of heaven before she left. They were Dulcie's favorite. A few customers sat at the tiny bistro tables at the front of the store, sipping coffee and munching sugar, while Ava, the part-time employee who had started after Dulcie's mother passed, wiped the counter. She worked the 1 to 5 shift, which fit in perfectly with Ava's night classes. Hey, Dulcie, how's it going? Good, she said. Busy? Ava shrugged. Not too bad, actually. Even got a little homework done. Dulcie smiled, trying not to let her worry show. There were always customers. Her mother's recipes were amazing, but chocolate wasn't exactly high-priced for the work it required. As it was, Dulcie could use another pair of hands at the shop, but if things didn't pick up business-wise, she wasn't sure how much longer she'd even be able to keep Ava on. Ava packed up her things, and for the next 2 hours, Dulcie mixed and served and cleaned. She ordered in a quick dinner and then snuck back to the kitchen to get started on tomorrow's wedding orders. Saturdays were